Ready, set, Wednesday. Pretty Wednesday. Sun just illuminating the top of the flagpole here at 7:30. Yep, we're up pretty late. That was a busy day yesterday. Watching the polls, staying up late, watching election results, and watching the wind blow up to 30 miles an hour in gusts again yesterday. That was the high pressure and cold air coming in. And now it's right over us. I saw you, Peter James, this morning with 24 degrees in Lancaster, Massachusetts. And he's quite happy about that. Now, the fact that the wind stayed up here helped prevent a freeze or a frost. So, guess what? We continue to harvest red tomatoes. I know you think I'm a little nutty. Some of them better than others. I do make pickled green tomatoes too. Let's go check our thermometer. Thanks to the breeze, I don't think we had a freeze. No sign of a freeze on the dillweed. And where is it? 37 degrees. So get down to the 30s. I think I got another week before we go to freezing. So much going on here. So as this high pressure system moves off, cold air is like molasses compared to warm air being like water. So this cold air that's in place is going to have a difficult time being moved out by a tropical system coming in here. Nicole is just about a hurricane, but there's a front, the cold air boundary is just to the north of Nicole with a dew point of the 30s in Georgia. So there's going to be this major battle with Nicole trying to bring tropical air up into and over the top of this low-level cold air. Cold air being more dense is going to be difficult to dislodge. I noticed that at Killington, one of the only guns going on Superstar when the sun came up was right at the base, as warmer air comes in first up in the sky. But it is top to bottom snow there now, and hopefully it doesn't all melt. The coldest air over the next several days is going to be at lower elevations, believe it or not. We're going to have the warm air come in on the backside of this high. There's a real strong storm that dropped, 2 to 4 feet of snow in California. Powder day at Mammoth. That storm drives up into the Great Lakes, and that usually, if it's only by itself, pushes real warm air into New England, and we would be taking a run at the 70s here. However, there's a tropical storm coming up the coast. We've seen this so many times this season, I think, where you get that really strong storm and warm to record warm air coming up from the eastern seaboard. And just a couple of weeks ago it happened here while it was in the 80s in New York and northern Vermont and Canada. It was only in the 60s here in Boston. Somewhat similar to that happening this time. Pure tropical surge of air is coming in here with heavy rain on Friday afternoon. That's going to be sort of the warm front, maybe even almost like predecessor rainfall event with maybe a couple of inches. The precipitable water here Friday night and Saturday morning is 2 inches. Now, generally speaking, on the backside of, when these tropical systems come up, you get the rain on the west side and the wind on the east side. But this one looks like it's going to have rain all around it as it goes post-tropical. The heart of Nicole is going to dissipate now. National Hurricane Center had it holding together right over Cape Cod a couple of days ago. Now it has it dissipating over Pennsylvania with sort of a new post-tropical cyclone forming in its wake, as it races across here on Friday night. So the heaviest weather is going to come in Friday night and Saturday, and it's going to be all rain in New England, even in Vermont on that snow. And as a matter of fact, I think the only record we may break will be on the top of Mount Washington, because the warm air is going to ride up over the top of the cold air, and that's going to keep us from being very windy. The only wind is probably going to happen right on the shoreline from Connecticut to Cape Cod. We may get some wind gusts of 40 to 50, and then also along the coast from Cape Cod to Maine. Inland, not expecting a lot of wind until after it goes by, that is. So on Saturday, the rain ends early. It's going to be a round of rain Friday afternoon and night, a little lull, and then a line of showers and thunderstorms coming across southeastern Massachusetts. That's with the heavy wind on Saturday morning, and then there'll be a lull on Saturday midday and afternoon where the sun comes back and it looks beautiful before the next cloud and a real cold front comes in. The real cold front coming from that storm that caused all the snow and cold in the west as it goes into Canada. The real cold front's going to come in here Saturday afternoon, and just ahead of that, you'll see a big black cloud and maybe a shower or something like that, maybe even a snow shower in the mountains Saturday as the sun goes down. And then we're in the colder air again Sunday and Monday. But the trough axis is going to sort of, one trough is going to race through here and lift out, but the big trough, big picture trough, is going to be left behind. And all the models agree now that there's going to be another system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, racing up into New England next Tuesday and Wednesday. And it will be cold enough ahead of that it may start as snow even around Connecticut inland and southern New England late Tuesday is how it looks like. So it looks like a Tuesday night, Wednesday system. Yesterday, I forgot to show the graphic. I said, hey, what's that, snow over Connecticut? But I forgot to put in the graphic. And I said the GFS had no part of it, but now the GFS and Euro both have this mixed system coming in, and there would be a net gain of natural snow at our mountains, but there will be warmth coming in here, and it could end up being raining all the way to the top of the mountains, only briefly, and then the real cold comes rushing back in again the second half of next week with Arctic, pure Arctic air in central Canada, and at least a little of that's coming our way. So Killington and some other ski areas, I heard the snow guns came on at Jay yesterday also. Killington will open by the end of next week. I'm just going to declare that with a high confidence. It's almost time to start my snowcast. Maybe we'll get a snowcast out of me this weekend. All right, I don't have a lot to leave you with. Yesterday was kind of a beautiful day, but it was so windy again, and it was jacket weather, and I wore gloves and a hat to the pole late in the day, and I got a little video of the moon when it came up. I almost had the video of the moon going down this morning, and we should have a fading moon tonight. This way, Rex, come on, this way. Nope. Rex, who are you voting for? Can you read that? I believe it says West Gusset. Watch out for the curb. Brisk evening, 5 o'clock. Sun is down. Polls are open 3 more hours. And even though it's bundle up weather, it's really pretty outside. The moon far left and below Jupiter. I think Mars might be near it tonight.